Good evening and welcome to What's Going On. I am your host, Kathy Blaze Jefferson, and I am so excited to have Mr. Christopher Dubose here with us. Welcome, Christopher.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for having me, Miss Kathy.
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. It's a Friday. It's a beautiful day, and I'm just excited to have you here today to talk about everything that you have going on here. But first, I'd like to read a little bit of your bio so our audience will have a little bit of that information also before we get going here, okay? So,
Okay, cool.
Christopher's story is one of resilience, transformation, and community impact. He grew up in the West Forested area of near Ferguson, St. Louis, and later moved to Maryville in West Phoenix with nothing more than 2,000 and a duffel bag. From those humble beginnings, he has risen to become a SAG-AFTRA actor, writer, producer, and model signed with Signature Models and Talent, one of Arizona's top agencies. Congratulations. His latest project, King of the West, is especially historical. It's Arizona's first independent TV show now in distribution. But I'm not going to get into a lot of that because I want him to talk about that and give us more information on that. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us here on What's Going On. We look forward to learning a lot more about you and hear what's going on with your TV show. But first, I always like to ask my guests, what brought you here to Arizona, Chris?
Um, First, again, I want to give glory to God, and I want to thank Lord, and I want to thank Christ for having me today, and I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I do apologize for being 5 minutes late again. I had flew my mom out, so I'm doing a few things. I like to be transparent and public. But what brought me to Arizona was the real estate, like digitally and physically. Like it's a lot of opportunity out here, and it's a lot of beautiful, diverse people out here. And in the Midwest, like St. Louis, Memphis, Chicago, Detroit, it's real dangerous. It's not that diverse.
Right. That's awesome to hear. I'm a native of Arizona, so I love when people come here and they love being here and have good things to say, and they have such good things to contribute to Arizona, and you have a lot to contribute here. So that's a great thing for us here. Um, you're a filmmaker, producer, actor, model. You got a lot going on up under your belt. What inspired you to get into the industry initially?
Oh man, I never thought I was gonna go in the industry. I always thought that I just love watching people perform. Like growing up, like my mother's here, she's in the shower right now. But when times will be hard on us, because she's got 5 kids, I'm the youngest boy. And when we would have hard times, I would just perform as a way to entertain us. Like if our lights are out and we're just having candles for the night, I would just perform as a way to entertain or get my family through something or get myself through something. I never ever thought about the industry or anybody wanting to sign me or work with me. I never dreamed that as a kid in St. Louis,
You
ever.
just did that to make your family happy and get past whatever what that was going on for the moment. You know what? I love that you say that because I felt like that was my family as well. My it was actually my oldest brother that would dance and entertain us, and my grandmother, he would just put the biggest smile on her face when he would dance.
Yeah.
So there's always one in
That,
the family.
that means so much. You're not thinking in the industry. I'm thinking of how can I make my mom laugh or my sister laugh or my
Yeah.
lady. Yeah, so
Yes.
just
I
if anybody around me who's going through a tough time like myself, just how can I make them feel something or reenact my favorite quote from TV the night before, whatever Denzel did or Tupac did, and try to redo that.
So you're a model, you're an actor, and well, you know what? I used to model as well, and I was always told that a good model is an actress also. Um, Out of all that you do, is there one thing that you prefer over the next?
Oh yeah, I perform for sure. I prefer two things. I love to write and I love to perform. Directing
Okay.
is really good because I'm a Leo. I'm a natural leader, and I really love to direct. But I really, really love the raw intimacy of either writing or just performing.
Oh, that's
Those two things.
awesome. That's
Those
awesome
two things.
because all of that stuff that you do falls up under writing. Look, you can write yourself into everything, huh?
Sometimes I like to write for other people because my lady always tell me that the whole world was started with the word. God started the whole world with just the word. So she, my mother and my lady and my always preached to me to try to master the word and get real good with words. So I love to write for other people too.
That is wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I remember the first time I met you was at a premiere, and you just have this light about you. I didn't know you, didn't even speak to you. Yeah, I think I did speak with you for a moment because you were hosting the event that night. But you
Yeah,
just have
Riley,
this,
yeah.
yes, you have this light about you, and I can really see you doing big things out here. Yes, I see that people like being around you. I really do
Oh,
see
thank you.
that.
I think that
You're,
goes to my parents. My parents and just my upbringing and just having fun and being open and transparent and trying to put others first and just trying to
mhm.
be like everybody feels included. I know some people feel like they're working the room, but I just try to make everybody feel included. So if I notice someone's kind of quiet or people aren't talking to them, I might walk up like, "Hey, how you doing? What you think of the movie?" Or try to include everybody. Everybody deserves to be included.
And that's what you should do. And you know what, with what we do, that's what we should do. Because a lot of times we're missing out on things because we're trying to work the room. We miss out on a
Right.
lot because we're so busy trying to, you know what, I can't stay here long. I'm going to go over here. We're trying to work the room instead of talking or just observing because we're
Yeah.
trying to work that room.
Right. And you do that at the end. Like I believe working the room at the very end, but definitely when the event's going on. Like me personally, I write all my films. Every performance I do is for a working person because my mother's a working person, my father's a working person, I'm a working person. Most of my staff are working people. So I always try to. I don't write films like I do business with big companies now, but I don't write films for them or anything. I do this for people who every day, go to work and pay bills. Because
Mhm.
that's the people who make the country what it is, and that's the people who are consumers. So I really think of them and try to make them feel something.
So, as a writer, have you written a film yet?
No, I wrote a short film kinda. I wrote a little 8 minute short film before King of the West, and I hadn't written a film because I was thinking of trying to be challenged. Because I'm
Mhm.
around all my brothers and working on films like Bloodline and Riley
Yeah.
and Edison, and they all doing the films, and I'm like, what can I bring to Arizona that's different?
Uh
And then
huh.
one day I was on the West Side, and I got into a crazy altercation that I didn't want to get into, and I'm like, man, I need to make a show about the West and the South Side of Phoenix, and about the storylines and the characters and all the diversity. So one thing led to another.
I'm gonna just let you. You're cutting out just a little bit there.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
I
better now?
I can hear you. Yes. Okay. But can we talk a little bit about Bloodlines? I know it's not your film, but you were a part of that series. Can you tell us who your character was and what you brought to that series?
That's a chapter installment of films ran by a great friend of mine, my brother in black film, Chris Tavion Gaines, aka C. Dot or Marcel. People call him different things.
Yeah.
That's a film about family and someone, I guess, C. Dot trying to, some people are trying to navigate out of situations that you're kind of stuck
Mm,
in, and it takes Phoenix as well. And I love working over there because it's film, so I love
right.
working on film with others and just doing a lot of good things for the valley. So it's the difference in my show because my show, my guy kind of wants to be into it, and C. Dot's character is trying to get away from it. So you got a lot of different type of characters in street world and crime world.
Right. And that's one thing I want to mention too. I noticed when you came here to Arizona, even though you had humble beginnings, you still went to an area that most would say was a humble area, very bad area. I'm just going to say that. Um,
Yeah.
what what was it that drew you to that area? Did you have friends there, someone you knew?
My brother, I'm the youngest out of four boys, and my sister's
Mm.
right under me. And all of my brothers were born here. My
Oh,
father got a
okay.
big, and my father was in trouble out here and did some things. My father got shot out here. I've had
Oh,
aunties stay out here. I've had people do prison time out here. So my heart was always on the west and the south side whenever I could visit,
okay.
and it's a place for me. And I just
Yeah.
wanted to kind of reclaim the things we lost as a family throughout the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, but in a positive way and try to storytell some of it. You know.
Mhm. Well, you know what? It worked out perfectly because that is the layout for that series that you're a part of. The majority of the actors or people that are part of it pretty much lives over there or grew up in that area or have familiar. family that lives that area. So
Everybody hang on the West Valley. If you live in
yes,
Phoenix, you
yes,
got to the West. If you go to a Cardinals game, you've been to the West. You know,
right.
everybody's in
That's
the West.
true.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel
So
like the West economically and societally and as far as like population, I feel like it was perfect. It was perfect timing.
mhm. And historically, that
Yeah,
was that red line historically, where when Black families would move here from the South, they would, that's where they went, to the West Side, or the South Side of Van Buren area. So it would be Southwest area. So historically, that's where we went. So you know what? You knew where you went, where you were welcome.
yeah. I went where I guess I feel like a lot of people wouldn't bring cameras, and we have to have set security. Shout out to Royal Protection Agency. That's my personal security that we
Oh,
use, licensed security. And we do that to keep the talent safe because a lot of the signed talent have never been in the inner city in Phoenix. So it's
right,
like an
right,
interesting world and then seeing what everybody brings together. And it's really fun. It's really fun.
right.
And it feels nice to do it for an area that maybe the government or the city feels is, dangerous or undesirable. But I see a lot of value in our community, especially when you structure it and do something they enjoy. We the best
Of
working class you're going to have.
course. Of course. And you know what? That is the label that they've put on that area over the years, that this was the area where bad things happen. So I like that you guys are creating content in that area to show something different, and to show our young individuals that they don't have to live that type of life, or they don't have to live with these labels that some people put on us. So I love
Exactly.
that you
And if
guys are doing that.
Thank you so much. And if you do, you can write about it. You don't like, I'm writing about my time in the streets of things I saw, but I'm no longer, I'm far removed from the streets. And I was
Right.
always for people to leave the streets. And I would always tell people that there's nothing there for you. But it
Right.
is people, there's good people there. It's trouble
That's
there,
still
but it's good people there that we can swing back on and help and be a resource to.
that's true. That is true. So one of the things I want to talk about is your latest project, King of the West. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, that's my baby. Like you said, when I first moved here, I was living in Maryville with my brother for like a month or two before I moved to Paradise Valley. And then I moved back to the West Valley just because I love the West Valley. But I was in Maryville and the people really embraced me. It was a lot of craziness. I had never seen a backyard party that looked like a real event. Like, you'll be on the West Side and you'll be going past somebody's house and look in the backyard on a Friday or a Saturday, and it's just lights going on and a live band and people just screaming. I'm like, wow, so much culture. The elote, man, things we don't have in the Midwest. I really wanted to show that Phoenix has its own culture. It's not like Vegas. It's not like
Right.
LA. It's not
Right.
like Orlando. It's Phoenix.
You must have ran past one of my family members' houses or something.
I'm telling you, there'll be some fun stuff going on in the West and the South, So I like
Yes.
to try. It is crazy, that, but it's also a lot of fun too.
Yes, that is true. You know what? You know what? Your home is where you make it. I mean, whatever you want your home life to be, or your community to be, you're gonna put in the work for it to get what you want out of it. And a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of times, we're so focused on what others are putting on our communities that we forget that we have to do the work. We have to do
yeah.
the work. Oh,
A lot of young people like myself to get into history. I'm a big historian, so anything
oh,
that happened in the last 500 to 5,000 years, I probably know about it. I'm really into education and learning and knowledge. So I feel like people keep a lot of knowledge from our people. And it's not that they keep it, they just misdirect us to other things. And I would encourage youth like myself to get into reading and writing and learning, and sharing
right.
knowledge.
So, since you've been here, have you been researching the history here of Arizona?
I've been learning a lot because I'm going to write a film here too. I'm working on, because I have an animation AI company that I'm partnered with. So I have a lot of different things. I'm working on cartoons, animation, AI, and a
Okay.
lot of it, most of it is geared for Arizona's market. So I'm doing a lot of running around the North Arizona, South Arizona, all
Okay.
different parts,
I
trying to
have
learn
two
the culture.
historians that I need to hook you up with too. Yes, that's what they do. I will definitely hook you up with them afterwards. So King of the West, it's Arizona's first independent TV show. Congratulations. And what is your plans with this? Dig a little deeper and tell us more about this.
We just signed a distribution deal with FilmWorks Global and Danielle Simon out of California. So we'll be distributed on, I guess I'll just say it now, it's going through quality control, but with Amazon Prime, Tubi, Fire, Boston, and Future Today Inc., Black TV, and many more people coming into the fold. And my plan with it is to help people keep getting signed and represented, like representation. And then after maybe 3 seasons, we try to treat it like a college or like any other great Arizona company, like the partners that I have, like Filiberto's or people like Lolo's or Icebreakers Water. I'm going to lead it for the next best directors and the next best group of actors. So after we graduate today, it's going to be a staple here for 30, 40, 50 years. So we're going to
That
keep
is
passing it.
wonderful. That is wonderful because you know what, we've had so many writers and producers that come through from other places that want to do things like this, but for some reason it never happens. So I wish you nothing but the best with King of the West. Can you give us a little bit of sneak preview about what it's about without giving us too much?
Yeah, I can definitely tell you. It's about a guy. It's about multiple people, but I guess you could say it's about a guy. I play Andre Stretch Dobbs, and he grew up in the west side of Phoenix in Maryville. And his father was killed when he was about 12. So he grew up with a stepfather and a mother, and things weren't so great at home in the streets. So he comes out into the streets, to find his friends and his loved ones. That's where he finds his love. And he grows up with his boys, and he ends up killing one of them in episode 1 over some money and a phone, allegedly. There's more things to that, but, allegedly. So now Stretch is basically trying to cover up this lie and misdirect everybody and be a narcissist and just, you see me be a horrible person, way different than who I am. I'm a horrible person on there. But there's horrible people in certain communities that we got to watch out for who are hurting and need to heal in certain ways. So this all come out.
Okay. So with the issue with the tax incentives in Arizona, is that something that's going to be a problem for you with getting this up and running?
Possibly if we show like a lot of like if we show places. So the only places we'll show and the only product we show is products and places we have partnership with. So if you see me show Filiberto's, it's because Ashley, Philly, and Caesars gave me that location. Or if you see me show Icebreakers, if you see me show Lolo's and Monroe's, that's because I talked to Larry Whiter. So it becomes a problem when you try to show and make money off of like places and advertise it, and then they'll be calling and trying to get something. But it's cool if they call and look for something. We ain't gonna make no beef.
Look, get their logo and post it somewhere. Put it on something, huh? Get them taken care of. So
Yeah.
but this is something to be very proud of. I mean, to have a show, independent TV show, being filmed here in Arizona on one of its first. How is it that our community or people can help you with promoting or getting, anything that you may need with this?
Just watching it when it hits the streaming sites because I'm going to be doing charities at that one spot, which is the Ink Squad spot on 51st and Camelback. We just had a watch party there, and I got a partnership with some of the people there with Poncho. And we're going to be doing, like, I'm going to be dressed up like Santa on Christmas. We're going to be doing things. So just watch this stuff so I can get back to the South and the West Side. I'm going to keep going in my pocket and my heart to try to give back. But I'll have more to give if people watching more. We don't want any handouts. So just tell us what you think and just pass it around for the state and need to do what it needs to do. And I'm going to do what I need to do as a
First off, you thank God first. That's the first thing you have to do. And another thing is that you're giving back. I see nothing but success here. So anything that I can help with, let me know. Is there anything coming up that you'd like our audience to know about, that they can be there to help support if there's fundraisers or any type of events?
I'm going to be doing the first annual Hustlers Ball, probably with CDOT after CDOT does Beyond the Black. We're going to be doing Hustlers Ball, which is a media appreciation for creatives, entrepreneurs, and even the working class. If you consider yourself a person who works every day and hustle for what you believe in the right way, I'm going to be doing a big night at the Arizona Center with Partners for Y'all. It's going to be big and grand. And we're going to do it every year.
Okay.
Bloodline 2, which Bloodline 1 is on Tubi now. They just closed a deal with someone else. So all of us are starting to sign.
Congratulations, Christian.
And my brother Edison, who also needs to deal with Tubi, he's starting a soap opera and drama show. and they'll be
Oh,
casting for people who want to do a different type of acting. So now we're starting to influence shows, and other people are starting to make great shows, and that's what we want to do is open the valley up
right, right,
to what.
right. And we're here for it. That's why we're here to to showcase you guys. And if there's anything else you guys need, contact on Swagger Magazine. If you guys need any promotional and marketing type material, they're there to help you guys with that as well. But
You come
where
down.
can our audience? I'm sorry.
Hopefully you come down to set. And real quick, before I let you finish, can I say thank you? I want to thank iRock Daniels and Glow Frame downtown and Jeff Reynolds. They watched King of the West for me and made sure iRock Daniels, who is the director of BET Plus's #1 show, Churchy, which is Phoenix's biggest director, iRock Iron Daniels. And I want
Yes,
to thank him for giving me an opportunity to help make a call and get me a good, great distribution deal that's going to take care of a lot of people. And he didn't look at me like competition or someone that he didn't want to come up. He made sure that he made that call for me. So I want to thank Iron Daniels, Glow Frame, and Jeff Reynolds.
that is awesome. Iron is an amazing guy, and you know, we need more amazing people like you guys that aren't gatekeepers. That's allowing other creatives to get out here and do what they do, and to extend a hand down to help them up. Because you know what, when we start doing these things, we don't. You know what? There's not always a blueprint there for us to do it. So sometimes we
And
may have to say, "Hey, Chris, how do I cross this dot right here? How do I do this? Can you help me with that?"
I
And
want the young to listen. So when we call big brothers and big sisters like Kathy or Iron, when they have something to say, guys, listen because listening is going to pay a lot of bills. So make sure
yes,
you listen in a position to receive the blessing from the elders and don't be disrespectful.
that is so true. That is so true. And you know what? It goes for us too, because we have those elders and our mentors that we still look up to also, because we followed the seeds that they dropped also. So I mean,
Yeah, you got
I would never think, oh my, I know it all. I would
right,
never
because you
think
know we
that.
all y'all just big bro and big sis, but we all got to answer the big mama. So we
That's
all trying to make
true.
great. So we
That
go up the
is
chain.
true. And you know what? And while we're here, also let's send out a shout out to your management company also for arranging this and getting you here with us tonight.
I got to get to my publicist and my cousin, Sonia Miller, aka S Mills Media, and she does a great job. She had me on ESPN this year on CW. She's got me going with Bert Floyd to LA in 2 weeks for a charity event for St. Jude's Children, and she works really hard. She's worth every dollar, and I love her so much. God bless her.
Wonderful. Yeah. She's been telling me about her cousin for the longest. So I am
Uh,
so glad that we finally got you here to talk about this amazing thing that you have going on here. And I'm proud being a native that we can say this is Arizona's first independent TV show. So I'm very excited about it. So I want to help in any way I can and be a part of it. And so I'm here for whenever you need some help in any way. You drop some great names in our community, and anyone that's listening, they need to be taking notes, because you're not trying to hide things or keep this information to yourself. You've dropped a lot of good nuggets out here today. Iron Daniels, Glow Frame. Glow Frame is an amazing organization that's doing things for our youth, our
I have a work.
filmmaker.
Actually, I forgot to mention that. I'm glad you said that. Me and Greg Miner, who just came off the show with you last week, me and him are doing an actors workshop. So two of Arizona's biggest, most booked black upcoming actors. We're going to be doing a workshop with our friend AP for Glow
That's
Frame.
my son right there.
So me and Greg got a workshop. We're going to be talking about acting and AP as well. We're going to be talking about acting and what you can do to stay busy and booked. And it's for Glow Frame Initiative at Slow Low Film Festival in two
Okay,
weeks.
wonderful. Okay, and Sholo. So you're going to be in Sholo? Are you going up to
For solo,
Sholo? Okay,
I am.
okay. So can
Greg,
you tell me a little bit? Do you have a film that's going to be in the Sholo Film Festival? Or are you?
Greg has a film, and I'm just going for Iron and Glow Frame and Greg and Jeff Reynolds to go up there and go with AP and just share what I've been doing. Those are
Okay,
like cousins. The West isn't ran by Glow Frame, but we love Glow Frame. I support Glow
yes,
Frame. We do great things. And like I said, Iron did a great thing for my staff and myself. So I will always go out my way to return the favor and help the community.
Yes, yes. Iron Daniels, he's amazing. I got to work with them finally on their last film with Glow Frame, so I'm excited to see what comes of that. And Greg Miner. So there's a lot of great people that you dropped their names today for anyone that's watching and want to be a part or want to even just come out and support what you're doing. So how can our audience reach you if they're interested in supporting you?
If you're interested in getting an acting job and going on Tubi and Prime, follow me at Bose_Marino, BOSE_MARINO on Instagram, or you can find King of the West 602, all one word, and hit us in the DM, and we'll check you guys out and assess your talent and try to put you to the world.
Nice, nice, nice. Any last words of inspiration before we get off here?
Always keep God first. It doesn't matter when you get started, just as long as you start. The best time to start was always yesterday. And never ever give up. Don't feel like it's over just because you can't see, you know. As long as you can hear and feel God, then you always can keep going. Never ever give up, no matter what your parents did, no matter what environment you come from. What God has for you is for you. And if it's too much, give it to Him.
Amen. Amen. So I know you haven't worked with Swagger before, but I hope that your experience with me and Swagger has been a good experience thus far. And
Great.
we look forward to working with you guys again. And did you have something else you needed to say?
No way. I just wanted to say thank you, and I love your platform. And Swagger's always invited to my sets or whatever I'm doing. Come hang out.
Wonderful.
Security there.
Wonderful, wonderful. And tell your mom I said hello.
She's like the recording because she's never really. Last time she saw me, I was in the streets in St. Louis, and now I'm doing all this stuff. So she's like the recording.
She's very proud.
Well, you're not. You don't want to come say hey. You want to come say hey on 105. She kind of looks like me a little bit. She's back here recording. Hi. Come on in.
Hello, hi. Mom. Hi. Yes, you do look like your mother.
Yeah, there's the Puerto Rican nightmare right there. So I'm about to take her for some chicken now. I'm waiting on my lady to get home so I can take them out.
Okay. Well, wonderful. It was such a pleasure to have you here today, and I will be keeping in contact with you. And thank you all for joining us here today on Swagger, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys. See ya.